Hello everyone, my name is Ravi Ranjan and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is the second video on my channel. I have already put one small video of my college hostel, and since I have been at my home for a month and a half now, so I thought why not utilize this spare time in doing something interesting and creative. So I will be bringing a series of essays on some of the important topics that generally remain untouched in our schools and colleges. This has been recommended by my English teacher as well, so that's a plus point. Although my college and coaching classes are running online, but still I am getting some spare time. So I thought it will be interesting to do some sort of this thing. So the first topic that I am presenting today is called the consciousness, creativity and the communicative learning, a bedrock of self-reliance. So first I will explain you what does these three C's, that is consciousness, creativity and the communicative learning mean, and then I will tell you how the combination of these three C's can make a person self-reliant in his or her life. So the first topic is consciousness. So the word consciousness has been defined in the dictionary as the state of being aware of and responsive to one's surroundings. So it's clear from its definition that it is not related with all the five sense organs, that is eyes, ear, nose, skin and tongue. Rather, it is a mental state or a state of the mind. We can understand this thing in a better way with the help of an example. Like the falling of an apple on the ground is a natural phenomenon which our eyes observes. This is just a common phenomenon which we commonly see and ignore. But if we are in a conscious state or a state of mental awareness, like how Newton was when he observed falling of an apple on the ground, then only we can become curious that why apple falls only downward and not upward or diagonally. It was the consciousness of Newton that led him to the theory of gravitation. Similarly, the amount of consciousness at a given point of time defines how much present we are in that moment. The grasping or intake of information by our sense organs is just a biological phenomenon which happens automatically if our sense organs are working properly. But how alert we are or how quickly and effectively we take that information depends on how conscious we are in that moment, and it is done by our mind. We can also understand this thing with the example of different students in a classroom. The same information which the teacher spells out is commonly heard by the sense organs of all the students. But the same concept is taken or grasped by different students in different degree or level based on their conscious state of mind that day. Even in the case of habitual action or physical action, a certain level or degree of consciousness is required. For example, a cricketer who hits the same ball every day scores different runs each day based on his coordination with his mind and his body. So he can hit the same ball on time with a great timing and can score a 6, and the same ball can make him out if he misses that ball with a fraction of a second. We can clearly derive how consciousness can lead to self-reliance in these examples. Now coming to the second point, which is creativity. So creativity is an art of creating or innovating something new from our thinking or imagination. Relating it to the previous examples, the consciousness of Newton made him question the falling of apple downward, but later it was his creativity that made him formulate the universal law of gravitation. Similarly, it is the creative or innovative thinking of students that make them write different answers to the same given question in an examination, based on the concepts that they have understood in the classroom with their conscious mind. Relating it to the third example of a cricketer, it was the consciousness of the cricketer that made him calculate the speed and swinging nature of the ball and decide his timing and whether he hits the same ball in a straight drive or over the mid-on or in back flip. That will be his creativity. Now coming to the third stage that leads to self-reliance, which is the communicative learning. So it is not just communicating academic learning, but is actually the communication of creativity or imagination through different mediums like sound or in writing or through video or by physical touches. Relating it with the previous examples, the creativity of Newton made him think, imagine and formulate the universal law of gravitation. But later, to communicate it to other scholars and the world, he must have used some efficient mediums or ways of communication, like writing down those formulas in a book or giving lectures on his discovery among different scholars or scientists and in various colleges and universities. So it was the combination of all three C's after his biological observance, that is consciousness, creativity and the communicative learning, that led to the discovery of the universal law of gravitation which we have studied today. And in exchange, the discovery of this law must have made Newton self-reliant in every aspect, be it financial, mental or social. Similarly, how a student communicates his ideas or thinking in the exam paper need him to a greater score and ultimately leading to a successful and self-reliant career. Carrying forward, it's the final hit of the ball with the cricketer's bat. After innovating or creating which shot he is gonna play that fetch him runs, leading to a good score and making his cricketing career a remarkable and memorable one. We can easily see the connection of these three C's in a quote in the case of a lawyer. However, it is applicable to the judge and client as well. And moreover, it is required in any and every field, be it doctor, teacher, farmer, daily-wage laborer or even minister. In the case of a lawyer, when any client narrates his story to him, his sense organ, that is eyes, ear, nose, skin and tongue, do the work of hearing, and it's a biological phenomenon, and the information reaches to his mind. Now it's the consciousness of that lawyer that will make him analyze the case with the legal depth in it and grasp the case fully. Later it will be his creativity that will make him relate that case with the previous cases of the past of that kind and attach different articles and sections with it. Now his formulation or drafting of the case and presenting before the court will depend on his communicative learning. So it's the combination of all these three C's that make a lawyer self-reliant and successful in his or her life. The degree of variance in these three C's will lead to variance in the career and performance of that lawyer. To conclude, to be self-reliant in any field or box of life, one has to have consciousness, creativity and the communicative learning, and the degree or variance of these three C's in a person will decide how far that person goes in life. So this was the today's essay. Hope you all have liked it. I will come up with another interesting topic.